Hi everyone, I'm so excited to get another tutorial out to you since you loved the very first one so much. This time we're drawing 3 highly requested animals, the owl, the hedgehog, and the elephant. If you're recreating any of my work, especially my animals, or any of my photos, please make sure to tag me in the photos and credit me at the very beginning of the caption no matter where you're sharing the image. I want to keep sharing my work with you and create new tutorials, so having an understanding community is critical. With that said, I love seeing your recreations, and even more so, I love to see you put your own hand to it, which makes it even more special. First up is this happy, sweet owl sitting on a branch, simply enjoying the calm of the day. Start off by figuring out the shape of the overall drawing. You can either break it down into a few different shapes first, or start off with an overall shape and then break it down after. I'm going to start with a rectangle that looks like the overall shape to help me with the placement. And then draw a large oval for the head and a longer but smaller oval for the body. Add in 2 opposite curves for the wings and then draw a center line down and across the large oval, looking like a plus sign. Now follow along with me as I add in the rest of the drawing, keeping in mind that it's okay if the actual drawing ends up outside the box. It's only there as a guide. The feet are basically made up of 3 rounded rectangles all squished together. Once you have those in, you can start adding in the branch and the leaves. And now you're ready to ink. A little tip when you're inking, add in some furriness to the lines so that they are not entirely smooth. This adds a little more character and realism to the drawing. I then added in groupings of lines or slashes to the wings and a few other places to make the owl come to life. After that, I filled in the leaves, the owl's feet, and beak with a copper jelly roll to complete the owl. I'll have all of my supplies linked in the description, and if you want to win a traveler's bullet journal, 2 dot grid notebooks, and a 6-pack Micron pen set, make sure to click the giveaway link down below as well. Next up is a joyful hedgehog who is taking a break to visit the plants. Again, start off with an overall rectangular box, making sure that you like where you're placing the drawing. And then add in a large horizontal oval, overlapping it with a smaller oval for the head, and then a small circle for the nose. Once you have these 4 shapes, finish off with the ear, the little feet, and the flowers on the side. They are the same leaves that I taught you from the very first tutorial, basically using hearts to create the plant. Now it's time to ink and add in the little details and copper jelly roll to finish off the drawing. And then finally, the elephant decides to ponder away at life's mysteries. We're going to start with a vertical rectangle and then divide the box in half, which will sit a little below his ear. Now add in a small circle on the lower left corner of the top half of the rectangle, and then a larger circle filling in the whole half of the rectangle. Draw a rounded triangle along the bottom half and then add a line about 1/4 from the bottom. This will be its leg. Pencil in the trunk by creating a curve from the large circle upwards and then reshaping the entire elephant to follow more of my curves. Add in the tail and a few flowers on the sides, and this guy is ready to be inked. Again, finish off with a metallic jelly roll and it's done. So as I was creating this video, I realized that I sincerely love to draw all of my animals smiling and happy. Maybe in the future I may do some variations, but for now, I really love that I'm creating happy animals all the time, and I think it has become almost like my own signature. I went ahead and added in the meanings of each animal and then one of my favorite quotes by Elizabeth Gilbert from her book, Big Magic. She says, "What you produce is not necessarily always sacred. I realized just because you think it's sacred. What is sacred is the time that you spend working on the project and what that time does to expand your imagination and what that expanded imagination does to transform your life." If you want to learn to draw more animals, I have a playlist of my tutorials down in the description, so check that out if you want to continue drawing. I hope that this video inspires you to add your own doodles into your bullet journals or any project to make them beautiful. Follow me on Instagram if you want to see more work and updates about what I'm working on. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and I hope that you have a wonderful and positive day. I'll see you next time. Bye!